This is Ashton Marcus, and I'm on location at the International City Theater for their presentation of Sondheim on Sondheim.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm with
DJ Gray. I'm the director choreographer. Sondheim on Sondheim.
Great. So how did the performance go?
Really proud of this group. It went really well.
Okay, so basically, why did you decide to do this piece?
I actually worked on it on Broadway. I was the assistant choreographer. So when they asked me to do this piece, I was very, very honored and excited to dig into it again, because it's been quite a few years since it was on Broadway.
Okay, another question is, what do you look for in your casting?
Interesting, complicated people, just like Sondheim writes about, because the dialogue through the songs is quite complex.
I love the piece. I was thoroughly enjoyed myself. But the question, was this more of a concert than it was, say, a musical theater piece?
No, because these are all pieces from musical theater, so a lot of people that are Sondheim fanatics will exactly know where in the story this lies, and if you don't, the video that sets up when Sondheim talks about his life or about his personal life or about his career, it sets up the piece as well. So I feel like it's connected into a through line instead of feeling like it's a review or little pieces that don't fit together in a puzzle. This one very much fits.
Okay. Also, a little bit of my show. A lot of community theater actors listen to my show. A lot of students. Is there any kind of advice you can give them to help them along with their career?
Work. Know as much as you can. Stretch yourselves in the areas that you're the weakest, and know what you're the strongest at as well.
Does network help in any way?
Oh, completely. Who you know and how you get involved with either assisting or being in as many shows as you can helps you with networking. And for me, especially, I never know when my next job is coming, so I never know if somebody in this show knows somebody who knows a director out somewhere or a place that needs a choreographer or director. So you never know where your next job is coming, and it's very, very important to have those ties, especially and also social networking. Because on Facebook, announcing your show and inviting people and staying connected that way is very, very important.
All right. Well, once again, I loved the performance.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you.
Thanks. Hi, I'm Ashton Marcus with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm with
Kevin McMahon. Recently just returned from 6 years on the road with the musical Wicked. I've done a lot of Sondheim shows. I'm happy to be here at ICT.
Great. So basically, what do you think about the performance tonight?
I thought it went very well. I mean, we had a great audience, and we'll see. It's all good.
All right. So are you a big fan of Sondheim?
I love Sondheim. Sondheim is probably an influence on most singing actors.
Great. Actually, I think you guys did a very good job.
Thank you.
But actually, in this particular performance, there wasn't a whole lot of acting dialogue between you. I mean, obviously you had to act the song and all that. But do you think this was more of a concert than it was, say, a theatrical play?
It's more of a live documentary, I would say. We're learning about Stephen Sondheim, and there's illustrations of his music and material, and the actors are portraying that in scenes and outside of scenes, out of context and in context.
Great. Okay, once again, I did enjoy the performance, but actually, let me tell you a little bit about my audience. A lot of them are community theater actors. Is there any kind of advice you can give them in regard to help them along with their career?
Wow. Take classes, take singing classes, take dancing lessons, study, and go to as much theater as possible.
How about networking? Is it very important to network as a musician?
Some, but you have to have the goods. You don't have the goods, it doesn't do you any good at all.
Okay. Thank you very much for being on the show, too.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm with
Barbara Carlton Hart. I am currently in Sondheim on Sondheim at ICT in Long Beach, and loving every minute of it. I go way back. I mean, I'm older than cement, so I've done a lot of things. A lot of dance musicals primarily, until I aged myself right out of those, and now I'm happy to be singing the best music on the planet, Stephen Sondheim.
So what do you think about the performance tonight?
Oh, I think I miraculously finally realized I was ready. Yesterday, if you'd asked me, I would have said, nah, but something miraculous happened today, and I felt completely calm and ready to put my feet out on that stage.
I love your performance of Send in the Clowns.
Oh, thank you. That's quite a responsibility to sing "Send in the Clowns." So yeah, that was something you have to really make your story, I think, in order for people to believe it. But I just hope I didn't hurt it at all.
A little bit about my show. A lot of community theater actors go to my show. A lot of students. Any kind of advice you can give them?
You have to always understand that you're doing it because you have a respect for the art form. And I think you can always ask to show up and attempt to be invited in. And if you maintain that respect for the art form, you will prepare. Sometimes you want to leave some things for chance. You don't want to over-prepare, but you want to prepare and then put that behind you, trust yourself, and then walk through the door and just be yourself. And if you don't know what that is yet, listen. Listening is really helpful.
Well, once again, I love your performance.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you very much. I was happy to be here.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm with
Stephanie Frederick. I was in the Broadway revival of Wonderful Town in the original cast. Been doing theater since I was 9 professionally. My first off-Broadway show was when I was 9. As a dancer for a long time, and I've done a whole bunch of theater out here as well. And I have a movie opening soon, this fall, called Ovation by Hedwig Jaglom.
So what do you think of the performance tonight?
I felt good about it. I'm glad we had those 2 previews, and it was nice to have such a receptive audience. And I think the cast did a really good job tonight. Everybody seemed to be really on, and those 2 previews really helped to make us feel a little bit more comfortable about what we're doing, both on stage and off stage. So, when we change costumes and what we're wearing, things like that.
So what do you think of Sondheim's music?
Genius. He's one of the best storytellers in music theater. One of the best storytellers in music, really. I think his music, I learn more from it every time I hear something. The older I get, the more things mean to me. And I didn't even understand Send in the Clowns until I hit my mid-30s. And now it brings me to tears. I can't listen to her sing it because I'll be a mess for the next scene.
So you must have had a pretty easy job then. You didn't have any lines to memorize. You already knew all the songs.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I sang a lot of hard harmonies. And I had all those live. I've never done company before, and I knew a lot of the songs, but I didn't sing anything I knew from it. I don't think I'd sung Not a Day Goes By since I was in my early 20s, and I won't tell you how long ago that was. But yeah, there was music I had never sung before, and a couple things I'd never heard before. Yeah, so it was pretty exciting for me.
Well, I loved your performance from everybody.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Question about my show. I have a lot of community theater actors that listen to my show, a lot of students. If you can give them any kind of advice to help them along with their career, what kind of advice would you give them?
Oh my. First advice I usually give is if there's anything else in this world that you love doing, do that instead. Acting, theater needs to be your passion and what you want more than anything in the world. And then you have to remember it's not your life, it's your job. And an audition is just another opportunity to act. And you shouldn't put the whole weight of the world into it. It's just experience. And it's about making the good pile for the casting director, because if you're not right for that, you might be right for something else. So just do the best you can. You can't control anything but what you do in the room.
Okay, well, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm with...
There was Jake Novak. I grew up in the Chicago area, learned how to do theater and stuff around there. Went to school at Emerson College in Boston, and just recently moved out here to the Los Angeles area, doing more acting stuff.
So, what do you think of the performance today?
Oh, tonight was great. Tonight was really, really wonderful. I mean, we've been working very hard over the last few weeks to get this thing on its feet, and it was just great to get in front of that opening night audience tonight. It was very receptive. I think, I can speak for all of us when it felt pretty good to be up there, finally getting in front of people.
Yeah. So what do you think about the music of Sondheim?
Oh, it's my favorite. It is my absolute favorite. I really believe that the music of Sondheim is what has, I guess, encouraged me to pursue acting. I did Into the Woods, one of his shows, when I was in high school, and I remember just learning that and being so transformed by what a musical could be at its best, and so I really give a lot of my inspiration to Sondheim. So to have the chance to do this and to get to celebrate his works in this way is really so special.
This is actually pretty easy for you then, because you didn't have to memorize any lines. You already know the song.
Well, I won't say I didn't have to memorize anything. I mean, there were some parts. There's the one song I sing, Franklin Shepherd Inc., which is a lot of words in a very short amount of time, so that took a fair amount of work on there. But yes, I did have a leg up on as opposed to coming in completely cold. So,
okay. A little bit about my show. A lot of community theater actors listen to my show. A lot of students listen to my show.
Oh, sure.
Any kind of advice you can give them to help along with their career?
Oh, gosh. Well, I guess, I don't know. I mean, first of all, I don't know if I really feel like I've earned the chance to give people advice, because I feel like I still don't know so much, and just fortunate to have the opportunity that I get. But I say just whatever opportunities are out there, do whatever you can to take advantage of them. Don't be complacent, and do stuff that you really love and that speaks to you, because I think that's where you'll really find the most joy and the best stuff will come out of you.
Okay, the other question I have is, if you could ask any actor, professional actor, a question, what question would you ask them?
Ooh, great question. I would love to talk to Bryan Cranston. He's just really amazing. He blows my mind. And I would love to know how, because he seems like a very, nice dude, really genial guy. I would love to know, specifically on his work on Breaking Bad, what sort of work he did to find that within himself. Because that was a whole other new side of Bryan Cranston that nobody ever saw, from Malcolm in the Middle to that. It was really kind of spectacular. So I would love to pick his brain about, how he managed to not only find that, but then bring it out so beautifully on screen. This thing was wonderful.
Thank you very much for being on the show.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm with...
I'm Josh Wise. I'm 27 years old. I've lived in LA for 3 years. I got my undergraduate degree in theater at the University of Arkansas, and then I pursued my MFA in acting at the University of Central Florida, and then I moved here. I've been here for 3 years.
So what do you think about the performance tonight?
I thought it went really great. I think it's the best we've done so far. We had 2 previews the past 2 nights, and this is our first opening night, and I think it's the best one so far.
So what do you think of Stephen Sondheim's music?
I think it's very intelligent. It takes a lot to soak in. Sometimes you have to listen to it multiple times in order to really appreciate it fully. So that's been great for me as an actor, being able to being exposed to the music over a long period of time. I would actually encourage audience members to come see it more than once to get things that they might have missed.
One criticism I heard about Sondheim is a lot of people think he just wrote one song. He just keeps adding lyrics to that one song.
Yeah, I mean, every composer has a staple that they use, a certain kind of aesthetic. So I'm certain that he does use the same phrases every now and then. It's just inevitable.
Great. So a little bit about my show. Again, a lot of community theater actors listen to my show. A lot of students listen to my show. If you could give them any kind of advice to help them get along, what kind of advice would you give them?
I would just say experience is the best teacher. Just get out there and do it and keep doing it. Classrooms can only teach you so much, so act as much as you can. Be in shows.
Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm with
Shayna Knox. I'm 21 years old. I'm from Redlands, California, born and raised. I'm currently in school at Citrus College in Glendora. And this is actually my first Sondheim musical, which has been really great. What's really interesting about the show is that it has so many different elements, and you really have to challenge yourself as an actor and as a singer to be able to genuinely portray everything that Stephen Sondheim wants and what his lyrics are portraying.
Well, actually, I thought the performance was actually very good.
Thank you. Oh, I really appreciate that. We worked really hard on it, and we're really proud of it.
Yeah, but do you think this is more of a concert or more of a musical theater play?
I would call it a musical theater play or a musical review. I almost feel like each of the individual actors and singers are more of instruments telling the story of Stephen Sondheim and really portraying his music. And it's really about Steve. And you really get to see a lot of different things about him, like the most heartbreaking part about his mom. So
I'm surprised that you're actually still in college. This is actually a pretty good step forward, seeing as you're still in college.
It's really great. I'm really lucky to be here, and I'm really grateful and humbled for DJ and Karen and Jerry and all of International City Theater for giving me this opportunity. It's really a blessing.
Great. So how did you get the position?
I actually auditioned back in September, August. It was a really fun process. Fun fact, I didn't actually think I was going to go that day. I wasn't feeling so good. I was actually feeling really sick and my throat was hurting. So I said, I'm not going to go. And I tried to go to a different audition and I actually got blocked out. So I guess, a higher power had a different thing planned. And I go in and I go, okay, well, let's see how this goes. I didn't warm up. I was like, okay, let's see how this goes. And here I am. It's really a blessing.
Well, once again, I loved your performance.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you.
Sondheim on Sondheim will be playing at the International City Theater from October 14th to November 8th. For more information, go to www.internationalcitytheater.org or search for A&B Theater on Facebook.